Welcome to Tyler's Kitchen, the show where I talk about my interests, which include but are not limited to feminism, pop culture, history, and random shit I see on the internet with a few more jokes than is necessary and or appropriate. Today we are discussing the toxic boy mamas of social media. I feel like these videos have been everywhere recently, and basically what we're watching is Oedipus and Lululemon unfolding in real time. Freud is seriously in his grave, highlighting his notes, underlining them. He's doing backflips right now because of these unhinged TikTok moms and their disturbingly strange relationships they are having with their sons. And today's recipe is once again a stretch. I'm making Cookie Monster cookies because I thought like, okay, monster in-law, and then I thought blue, gender reveal boy. None of the gender reveal treats were really that groundbreaking, so I thought Cookie Monster cookies, crazy. I could have made blue-filled cupcakes, but I just thought, do I want to make cupcakes? That sounds like a lot of steps. Someday, guys. I'm honestly mind-boggled that this is such a prevalent trend that like multiple creators have made videos on this, that within one search, I was able to find dozens of videos to react to. Like, why is this everywhere? Without further ado, let's watch our first video. So this says, having a son is like having a broke boyfriend who always wants fast food, $60 haircuts, and always wants to know where you're going. Hey, I'm gonna stop you right there and say having a son is like, I don't know, it's a lot like having a son. And note to the viewers, we're gonna have to mute the sound on this video for copyright reasons, but I need you to know the sound chosen is Hey Daddy by Usher. Incredibly suspect, and always wants to know where you're going. Yeah, probably he's trying to make an escape plan. This woman's perspective is probably like, oh, my son's so cute. He always wants to know what I'm up to. He's on Xbox Live with his friends. He's like,
guys, my mom said she's about to go to Kohl's, so you can come over and we can get lit.
okay, this next video, I'm so scared to open each and every one of these. Okay, so this one says, when you realize you're gonna have to share the love of your life, my baby boy, with another female one day. Female? It's just never good when somebody is using the phrase female to describe women. I don't know why. It seems like that's such like a semantic call out, but it's always right. I don't know, I see this kind of content and I'm always like, is the advice to have more kids so you can relax, or to never be around another child ever? Obviously I'm gonna blur out that kid's face, but he looks miserable. I don't know, mama, let's save the love triangles for Jenny Han, okay? Okay, and then this one, I even remember this going triple platinum on TikTok a couple years ago.
My boy moms feel me on this, but my son has my heart and my soul. I obviously am obsessed with Stevie Lee. She is just the greatest little girl in the world. But my whole life, I always wanted to be a boy mom. And I remember when I found out I was pregnant with him, and I was just ecstatic because I was such a tomboy growing up.
I think I've already seen what I needed to see. Oh no. Could you imagine the daughter finding this 10 years from now? Just like, oh. Given how this comes off, she probably won't be surprised. It probably will track exactly. She'll be like, and yep. I feel like the phrasing of like, I was a tomboy growing up, I just always knew I wanted boys. It's giving very much like thinly veiled internalized misogyny. It always does. I feel like that's what all of these things always come back to. Actually, I did see a comment that said it best. They said, girls get parentified, boys get partnerfied. And this is why therapists can afford to drive Rivians. These are kind of dark and sad. Are there studies on this? What are the long-term effects? I should know if there's studies on this. That's why you watch me. Now I need to add eggs. I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I feel like mixing it up is the only way that I would equally incorporate egg whites and egg yolk. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball what half seems like. You guys are gonna hate this, but I think it's gonna work out. Cookies, honestly, the more I've gotten into cooking, the more I'm like, cookies always turn out, even if it's like kind of not all the way right. Okay, then I need half vanilla extract. Okay, I ran out of vanilla, whatever. And then blue gel food coloring. That's a fun part. Yay! Where is it? Where did I put it? Seriously though. Pranked, I found vanilla. What a good day. Not measuring it. Vanilla's so good. You gotta do extra because it's fun. And now this is a fun part too. We're doing a little bit of blue food dye because boys are awesome. Okay, this one is so egregious. I'm scared to rewatch it. Let's do this together. Is this a trend? Wait, are you telling me that I'll go online and find dozens more videos of moms cuddling with their adult sons? Ah! And it's really funny because the comments are definitely divided. There are some people being like,
Yes, Mama, you kiss your adult son. I do it all the time. I love kissing my adult son.
and then there are other comments that are like, girl, what the f is this? My other favorite part of this is that she had to set up her phone on a tripod, walk around and do that. So like the boys were aware they were being filmed. That adds another layer to this. I'm intrigued. Let's keep a close eye on this one. Oh, and not to mention, once again, song choice police, Michael Jackson. I am sure she was a fan. Okay, now we need dry ingredients. Baking powder half teaspoon. Oh, did you guys know that I always wear my bedazzled Crocs in the kitchen, no matter what, because they're so comfortable. They're great kitchen shoes. When you were obsessed with your son and already worried about having to share him. Ah! And the song, once again, oh my gosh, that awful Taylor Swift song. Please don't be in love with someone else. Isn't it usually these people that are like, gay people are grooming my kids, trying to make them talk about their bodies at such a young age. They shouldn't be thinking about that. Girl, she's over here. FBI, open up. The comments are, girl, are we dead ass? Let him go. This feels like it's too dry. I'm stressing. This is really dry. Was there any other wet ingredient that I missed? I don't think I did. It's close, but it's just a bit dry. Maybe I could add more egg. Maybe that would solve this. Because I know I added a little bit too much flour. This is just a fun hobby, and it always turns out, guys, there's always a way out of it when you're making cookies. Other things, I can't help you. But like, I think almost every time I've ever made a cookie, I've gotten myself out of it. And if you have people who like are not very like picky and uppity, they'll still eat it, trust. Okay, so this is looking less blue. Maybe by adding in more color, it will be more of a blue and less of like a weird green. That was too much blue. This is not going as expected. Girl, the only thing worse than boy drama is money drama. At least with a bad date, you can block him. But credit card debt will just keep sending you up texts in perpetuity. And it never starts big. One missed bill, one call you dodge, and suddenly debt becomes the headline of your entire life. And it sucks because it's not something that goes away with time, but the truth is that you are not alone and there are resources out there. And with Purity Debt Solutions, you can flip the script. Whether you're dealing with credit cards, personal loans, collections, or even medical bills, PDS Debt has custom solutions to help you out. They actually take the time to build out a personalized plan that actually works for you. And there's no minimum credit score required. So no, help is not reserved only for those of us who have our lives perfectly together. And the best part, they're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, have thousands of 5-star Google reviews, and have a 5-star rating on Trustpilot because they've already helped hundreds of thousands of people cut debt out of their storyline and start putting money back in their pockets. Check it out at pdsdebt.com/bender or just hit the link in the description. Also, I'm currently watching season 6 of 90 Day Fiancé, and if Colty, Larissa, and Debbie are not the poster children of this effect, I don't know who is. And that's what happens. That's what happens when you are a boy mama and then your boy becomes a man and now you're what? A man mama? That doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? And now you've just got like this weird boy that you've told is amazing and kissed his his whole life. But I guess even then, you'd rather be a man mama than see him move on with a woman his own age. Like, it's kind of selfish to be like this, I guess. It is selfish. It's inherently selfish because it sabotages him in finding his own romance and love and starting his own family. So yeah, I guess being a boy mama is pretty selfish. Okay, this is starting to combine, but it's still very crumbly. And the blue isn't even combining anymore. Oh well, it's not like I'm making this for the queen. That's my favorite Larissa quote. Okay, so I have this crumbly mixture that is in fact delicious. God, I love cookie dough. What a simple joy of life, cookie dough. You know, everything in the world is on fire and burning, but at the end of the day, we have cookie dough. And now we get to add cookies into the cookie. It's cookieception. I am the cookie monster. So you just kind of crumble these up and make a little fun mixture. So I think there are a lot of systemic issues that cause this behavior. First and foremost, this is just misogyny. A lot of these are giving like,
I don't get along with other girls. They are just too catty.
or like how people always say like, girls are so hard. You're so lucky you have a boy. My mom always says this to people when they talk about their kids, and I always correct her. I'm like, girl, you got the luckiest son in the world. Okay, I don't like talking about my family too much, but I'm like, your son is an honor roll male theater kid. Your worldview is so fucking warped. What is wrong with you? I hate when my mom says that. She has 3 daughters and 1 son, and she will always be like, and boys are so easy. I'm like, your boy is so easy. This is such a crazy thing to be saying to people. I also think another side to this is that women are raised to see their value through men. Like, once again, we're always taught like who we marry is so important, and that's kind of like a way we see value in ourselves. Like, how rich is the guy that you married? How handsome is the guy that you marry? I think they also do this with their sons. How well did you raise your son? What's your son doing? Does your son still talk to you? Because we live in a patriarchal society, there is always this underlying tone of proximity to men could perhaps protect us and get us ahead, which of course is a lie, but we're definitely tricked into believing it. And this is why every girl I know has a weird relationship with their mother. It's also why when I have a meltdown, it takes me 2 weeks to get in to see my therapist. She's booked and busy. This is like so fun. I'm just crushing up mini Oreos. What a treat in my life. This is so fun. The Oreos really aren't crushing up well. Also, whoever invented Oreos is evil, and I do not trust them. Oreos are not delicious. They are not good. I would never buy them on my own accord because they're not good, but somehow you put them in front of me, I eat the whole entire thing. It's evil. There is sorcery and witchcraft happening at the Oreo studios, at the Nabisco headquarters, and trust, you will be found out. Okay, look at this dough. Tell me this does not look like the funnest, best thing ever. It's not sticking together, and that's gonna be a problem for me. Of course, there's an eerie layer here that also reflects on family issues and psychology. I mean, Freud's Oedipus complex kind of said it best. In this theory, he described how boys often feel attached to their mothers while perceiving their fathers as rivals. Later, psychoanalytic thinkers flipped the lens, suggesting that some mothers may overinvest emotionally in sons, particularly when dissatisfied in marriage or seeking intimacy elsewhere. I shouldn't laugh at that. That's not funny, but that is insane. This has sometimes been described as Jocasta complex, and it's exemplified by mothers unconsciously fostering excessive closeness with their sons. Ruh! Another study by Rolls in 1995 determined that ambivalent or anxious mothers may oscillate between overinvolvement and withdrawal, leading to fluctuations in closeness, sometimes expressed more strongly with sons than daughters. I've actually seen lots of psychologists and family therapists talking about this, so if you want a more professional take, I would go there because this is not that channel. Okay, I hope I'm doing this correctly. You know, I tried to half this recipe because I just never want to like overdo it and have like a bunch of leftovers, but this made a whole lot of cookies. You know, actually I do have a good personal story on this. One time I went to a wedding with my ex for one of his family members, and you know, at this point we'd been dating so long I kind of knew everyone there, and I knew that this was going to be messy AF because everybody involved was batshit crazy. I personally was thrilled. Immediately upon entry, I'm accosted by the mother of the groom. She corners me into the bathroom. At this time, my ex and I went on one of those stupid breaks you do before you break up for real. You know the ones. And so she said to me, when I heard you and broke up, I was sitting there praying it would instead be my son, but here we are. At least you guys are back together though. And this was only the beginning. She spent the entire night dogging on this woman who was marrying her son. This kind, polite, honestly meek and mild woman. This girl like did nothing to her, but the mom was just on a quest to hate her because she consistently used the phrase stealing her son the entire night. It was beautiful. Cinema. Maybe everybody should be given a whistle as a favor at the beginning of the wedding, and then when things get too uncomfortable between the mother and the son, you blow that shit. I don't know, like a safe word for us as wedding spectators, you know? Okay, so here is our plate of cookies. They are gluten-free, sugar-free, non-GMO, dairy-free, and I think they're vegan too. And then we get to the mother-son dance, and this woman is sobbing. Not just like normal sobbing, like like gasping for air, sobbing, drenched in wetness, sobbing. It was amazing. And this is what matrimony is about, people. Honestly, I think it's very rare that you can pull off a tasteful mother-son dance. Those are always kind of weird. There's always something, the song choice, the hand placement, it's always gonna get a little questionable. But you know what? I don't think the mama's boy is always a bad thing. They do say how a man treats his mom is how he will treat his wife, so it's important to date somebody who has a good relationship with their mom. I have dated somebody who had a very close relationship with their mom, and honestly, she was a third in our relationship, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. She paid for our groceries, she'd hang out with me while her useless son played video games, and honestly, I miss her way more than I miss him. I'm like, should I send her a Christmas card or something? That lady's awesome. Yeah, she's a little freaky with her kids, but everybody has their issues. But all gossip and jokes aside, I do think that genuinely being a boy mama is one of the most important roles in society right now. And no offense, some of y'all are really screwing the pooch on that one. Boys are everything up. Committing crimes, flunking out of school, gambling, you name it. The Associated Press notes that in states reporting by gender, female students graduate at higher rates than male students in every state. According to the US Department, reports show that boys account for over 70% of all juvenile arrests for all types of offenses. And you know girls are just stealing random shit at Claire's, right? And that's just when they're youth. Then these boys grow up to be men. Some criminological research estimates that men commit 90% of violent crimes. I just feel like we're always having these culture war debates about who's to blame. Is it a certain race, a party, a belief system? It might just be your sons. But yeah, I don't wanna say boy moms should be less involved because of the state of the world right now. Like, maybe if this is the method to keep your son off conspiracy theory 4chan forums, like maybe if this is what you have to do to keep your greasy son out of a Groiper subreddit, then maybe that's what you do. I'm kidding, mostly. And here they are out of the oven. Look how cute they are. They're like the perfect golden brown color with like obviously the blue underneath. These look delicious. These look so scrumptious. Would recommend. Like I said, guys, cookies always turn out right. They always do. But what are your thoughts on this video? I want to know all about it. Do you know a boy mama, or have you been victimized by a boy mama? Have you dated a mama's boy? Let's yap about it in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you extra like this video, please give it a share. I love seeing you guys on Instagram stories, clipping my stuff on TikTok. It's just so fun. Love it, love it, love it. Bye, guys.